Wait, yes I did.
You did.
I did? Well. Hello all newcomers and welcome back my fellow Aeternians. As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and today I wanted to hang out and talk to you guys about the news in the Empire of Aeternia. One real quick, I hope my audio sounds alright. Yeah, I wanted to make sure my audio sounds alright because last time we were having a few issues with audio quality on my end. So, yes, 100% I want to talk about how Aeternia has been upgrading, what we've been doing in the past couple weeks. You know, I've been personally quite in a hectic schedule as far as personal life classes, things like that. But when talking about our moves forward, we are certain to have some amazing growth because first, we have been having a ton of sales. That's jumped off right from the start of the year. When we launched the year, we had our government plan enacted. We started to describe to everyone out there. Let me check something out. Let me see if our Discord has updated. Yep. Sure has. There it is. Okay. For some reason, I am not getting your guys chatting. So let me see if I can fix that up. But yes, today, hey, we have one viewer. Thank you very much for checking us out. Today, what we're trying to do is to upgrade the Empire of Aeternia in all of the things that we've been buying and selling. Hey, Gooligan jumped in. Okay, everybody's jumping in now. Okay, perfect. Gooligan said, hey, yo, first. Gastanova said, what's going on, Steven? How you doing?
Steven!
Yeah. Drew Andy K said, hey, AP, how you doing, Drew? How you doing, Elijah Wood? I appreciate everybody hopping in. Now it says 5 or 6 viewers. For a long time, it says 0 viewers. Sukoi the Wolf said, hey, how's it going, Sukoi? Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today is how we've been upgrading and what we've been doing since the beginning of the year. We haven't had a February update for our government as of yet, which is a huge problem, but we are trying to move forward despite having a shakeup at the beginning. You know, we were worried that our January was going to result in net losses potentially, because when we first started our government, right in December, we were excited to have our January launch. We were excited to have things right out the gate, flying, working perfectly, growing Aeternia. What we discovered pretty quickly was that wasn't going to be the case, and that it was going to be hard to actually get the things that we needed. In addition, we just had a whole bunch of circumstantial stuff that happened with individuals in our government and with people's collective working ability that just made January a rough start for us. Multiple things. Everybody's jumping in and saying, hey, Gooligan said they made a Discord bot, Emperor AP. If you want, I can make one for Aeternia. I would love that, Matt, 100%. Thank you very much. As well, the muted one say, hey, AP Nakamura here. How are you, Nakamura? It's good to see you. Richard Taylor, one of our citizens, saying greetings, AP. Of course, you guys know Gooligan. He is Matt. He's one of our citizens as well. You guys always know Steven, a regular and a favorite of the channel. He's actually our House of Treasure Master. He is the Master of the House of Treasure. That's one of the collective parts of our government. Gooligan says, also, one more Micronation needed for an episode. Yes. Matt is 100% right. That is some news. We have been putting out a lot of growth and a lot of different programs since we have been doing all of our monthly updates and reviews. So once the January started to end out, I was able to make more videos for the channel. Everything's been going great. During that time, Matt, one of our newest citizens, has come out with a show that he's going to be working on with his brother Drew, in which they analyze micronations on our map, and they talk about, on our website, if you guys haven't seen our micronational map, I'll actually show it to you here. This micronational map is incredibly interesting because it shows, I think, over 50 or 60 nations. It's something that has been a big part of what we do in Aeternia for a long time, and I am incredibly excited to see how everybody feels about it. Um, the the biggest thing that's been upgraded in small terms has been in doing things like creating the show and starting things up that are blossoming in a small sense now, but are going to be something that's big for us in the future. As we continue to grow our YouTube channel, you guys know we want continual promotion for that. So the entire point of this is to say that they are starting a show. It's going to be great, reviewing these different micronations. If you guys are interested in seeing them review these micronations, continue to check out the channel. But more importantly, if you're a micronation that wants to be reviewed, that wants to be talked about, that wants their history discussed, that wants news and updates about their micronation actively broadcast, please visit us at the link, which you can find. I should have dropped it in the description, but you can actually find it if you email me at aeternianempire@gmail.com, or as well, you know what you can always do, check out our site and I will have it updated tonight. But if you fill out our site and you create a login for it, you can actually message me, or you can go to aeternianempire@gmail.com and message me if you want to get the form for that. I should have dropped it in the thing. I might drop it in the description in a second. Um, uh, Nathan said, hey, what's the show? This is something that I wanted to talk to Nathan about as well. Nathan, Drew, Nathan and Matt are new citizens as well as Richard Taylor. Nathan is helping in the House of Others. Nathan said, what's the new show? The new show, like we talked about, I think I've talked to you about it before. I know I've talked about it on stream, where Matt, one of our newest citizens, is going to be helping with creating a new show for us. That's going to be part of helping his brother to get citizenship and meeting the requirements for that, that they help to put out regular content. So one of the new shows that we're excited about is showing off other micronations and their news on our micronational map and on the YouTube channel. So as we continue to grow our website, which that is a big part of, we're going to be doing more and more interactive events like that. And we really want to show you guys off on our YouTube channel. So 100%, if you guys want to be a part of that, you should definitely, one, apply for the map, which there is a link to already on our website. That you can go and check out. It's on the front page of the website, right next to the map. It says apply for the map. And you can get the file right there for that, but I also need to include underneath that a link to check out our newest show and to fill out the form to be on there. So, okay. Once we get one more country that can join that, we will have an ability to create a show. So keep us updated, guys, and let us know what's going on with that. I'm trying to figure out, my settings are kind of garbage right now. I'm trying to figure out how I can. Okay, that's why. Turn off window capture, turn on window capture. There we go. Okay. So now maybe you guys can see. Yep, here it is. Here's the website. Okay. So, yes, 100% guys, thank you so much. We have 9 viewers watching. Always please make sure to like and comment on the video. As always, that helps us to grow our audience. That helps us to get more people understanding what micronations are, and also to come check out what we are doing specifically for the micronational community and how we want to see it grow. So right now we're listening to Pink. You guys know, absolutely love Pink. He provides the free-for-profit music that we use on the stream as kind of a background for us to hang out. So if you like his stuff, go and check out Pink on YouTube. So the biggest thing that has been moving forward, like I've said, is this upgrading of our website. One of the things that I was excited to show off, but I kind of missed a beat on, is in our Micronation website. It's the Aeternian Empire at Wixsite. Yeah, Aeternianempire.wixsite.com/Imperial Market. For some reason, those links always get me when I try and say them out loud. Okay, so we have our Micronations of the world map right here. As you can see, again, like 50-something nations on here. Let me pull you guys up a little bit closer on there so you can see just what I'm talking about. In fact, I will jump into maps. Boom. Hey, you. Medium well, please. Thank you. But yeah, so you guys, here's our micronational map. We have, I think, over 60 countries on it. If not, we're getting pretty close to over 60. We have most of them in the United States, although we have some countries worldwide, you guys. We have people in Portugal, people in Spain, people in the UK, multiple in the UK. We have one in Germany. We have a Polish micronation. We have a Istanbuli micronation. We have, I hope that's correct. I hope that's the correct pronunciation of that person's nationality. We have an Azerbaijani micronation. We have many. We have Korean micronations. We have a Chinese nation for a second there. We have a micronation, active micronation in the Philippines, Blaztopia. We have talked to them on here before. We have a Pakistani country. All of this, guys, is helping people to connect around the world and is helping us to know what's out there for micronationalism. 2 Spanish, 1 Portuguese. That it's maybe 3 Spanish. Let's see. Wait, it might just be 3 Spanish. Maybe no Portuguese. Yep, Spanish. 3 Spanish. But yes, this is something that's really cool for us. You know, when I started this micronational map, I wanted to see who was out there, you know, and what could be done to just try and meet other micronations. Fortunately, if you guys have watched the old streams and the old videos, I had created an alliance with the People's Republic of Parkistopia. Actually, when you go onto our website, when you apply for the map, you'll see that right now our only ally is the People's Republic of Parkistopia, and we have had trouble contacting the People's Republic of Parkistopia. I know their leader's still out there. I've had very brief conversation with him, and I've tried to get some more stuff started out there and with that front. But I want to know the status of that, and as of right now, I'm going to honor it, and I keep Parkistopia as our ally. That being the case, when we met, Parkistopia was one of the coolest things, because one of their representatives just happened to meet and contact our micronation through YouTube. Now that we've had that growth, and now that we've had that that experience of how much it did for us to be able to have an alliance, to be able to have people supporting your micronation and giving it the work and the effort and the cooperation that they need to grow, having an alliance that is nearby to you physically made all the difference in the world. But we wanted to see how far we could go with that. And as it turns out, there are a lot of micronations everywhere. You just got to know where to look, and we're trying to help with that. So if you guys want to learn about micronations, you know, you can come to our map, our micronational map, on our website here. You can check that out directly, and you can actually interact with the map, or you should be able to do things like this and click on the map and actually have information come up about micronations that may be in your area. So if you're interested in that, please go check that out. If you want your micronation as a part of it, please go and fill out our form, which we have right here to apply for the map. And that's the thing that I wanted to talk about next. We have had 14 viewers. Thank you guys so much. I just realized how much the stream blew up. Guys, please make sure to go and like and subscribe. All those things that I get fussed at by the viewers for not telling you guys about. It's important, and I should be doing my service. So yes, guys, please go like and subscribe. Ring that bell, as always. Sometimes people don't get notifications about our videos, but the entire thing that we've been doing is getting a lot of support from the community, and I have been floored by that. But that's allowed us to do one thing which is crazy, and I love it. We have the Aristocrat board. Now, what the Aristocrat board is, you might be asking to yourself as you stroke your beard. The Aristocrat board is the wealthiest members of our micronation so far. Now, here's the thing that gets me. All of these so far are men. We need female representation. We need to have equality. Tiffany, that's true. Tiffany has been working kind of in secret in our, not really. She's been working in our treasury, trying to help us actually cut these notes that we've been sending out, and has been able to help our economy grow. So Tiffany is the person who's handling all that wealth. There is some support for female work in Aeternia, but we 100% want to see females getting on the Aristocrat board and having all that money. So if you guys are interested, you can go and actually purchase Imperial notes on the Imperial market. And you can try and get your very own. We have had 12 sales so far on our Imperial market, which has helped us out a lot. I think we've sold over 100 notes at this point, and that is all thanks to you guys. So that's absolutely what I would say is we're going to continue adding more names here. There are a couple people who are tied at actually the same amount of notes. So as this list continues growing, we're going to probably have to eventually have our own like webpage for it and stuff. But this is what we're working with right now. This will update pretty regularly, so you guys please keep watch of it and keep note of what we're doing here. As well, I want to work on a couple other things that I'm going to be talking to you guys about here in a minute. But tonight's stream is pretty much going to be just a big update. I want to hear what you guys think about the new programs that we're starting out, and I want to be able to get everything set up for the future of Aeternia, and I think that's really important. First off, everybody's going off about this thing. Gastanova said message retracted. Ooh, let me stop this gross commercial. It's still going to keep going in the background, but we're going to pretend like we don't even care it's there. So the big thing for me is there has been a ton of growth in our economy, and that's the thing that we've always wanted. That's the thing that we've always needed, is a solid way to get economic growth. And this Aristocrat board proves it. You know what I mean? This is the thing that shows that this is possible for us. These 12 sales show that you guys believe in our economy. And now the Aeternian economy is worth like $200 or $300, which I know isn't like a ton. You know what I mean? Like someone could just work a job and then put more money into their savings account. But this is from people who support the Empire of Aeternia. This is people who are just trying every day to help us grow and to make this place a reality. So right now, that's what we're working at. We're trying to get up to 10,000 so we can purchase some land and make much bigger moves, make industries for Aeternia, not just small businesses like we're working with now. But the big point that I wanted to actually bring up is this guy right here. If we haven't talked about this already, I know we did last stream, so if you haven't heard of us talking about this already, this is something that's very, very special to me. This is something that is going to become an icon in Aeternia, a status symbol, if you will. This is the Mark of the Owl. There's going to be a limited run of these, more than likely. It's going to be a select few people who actually get one, other than people who may get them for honor's sake. But this is going to be a connection to supporting the Empire of Aeternia and being just someone who has, from the beginning, dedicated to the belief and the ideas that we are espousing here. So having this ring, which you will actually be able to purchase soon on our Imperial market, is going to be for $15, and that's something that like helps to skyrocket our economy. You know what I mean? We have 13 people have that in their cart. We've had 12 sales. All of our Imperial notes, well, except for one, all but one from our Imperial notes, 11 purchases of Imperial notes, over 100 Imperial notes purchased. That helps us to grow a ton. This is so far our biggest industry, and what's been even more about that is that it's all toward the push of land for us. So purchasing this, if we can get enough people to buy these rings and to show their initial support for the Empire of Eternia, it'll still be a select few, but it'll be that select few that helped us get to 10,000. So this is going to be the absolute epitome for us right now of a growth effort. In addition, we are going to be doing a lot to treat our community, and that's the thing that's important to me about what this symbolizes and about what this represents, is that we are growing, and we are appreciative of that growth. We know that the micronational community supports that growth, and so in like turn, we want to make sure that we are supporting the micronational community, and we're about to have a lot more efforts coming out in turn with that. But as far as our current trajectory, we are wanting to thank our audience. Thank the people who have become citizens of the Empire of Eternia. Thank you to the people who have changed this from an idea, from a dream, into reality and into a country. You all have helped do that. So this is going to be that. Gooligan says, I got 15 more notes. Remember, you didn't update me. I have 35 notes. Gooligan, was that the most recent purchase? We'll have to talk about that because I haven't sent it out yet. I haven't done ones I think that I haven't sent out, but we will check back. Hit me up. They're saying there may be updates needed for the aristocrat board. We're going to get to that. Gastonova says, AP, if you want, I can discuss my absence. Absolutely. If you want to do that, I would appreciate it. I would love that. But I also don't want that to be something that's that you feel pressured to do. Stephen, one of the masters of the houses for the Empire of Eternia for our government, he was just talking about potentially explaining his absence for January. If that's a move that you want to make, I 100% support it. But at the same time, we just had lots of things that happened. So Stephen can talk about that when he wants. We're excited to have Stephen back and helping us out, and I'm glad we're where we're at. We're doing well, and I'm thankful for everybody, including Stephen for that, because Stephen's been the big push out here. This has been insane. This aristocrat board wouldn't be possible without Stephen. So Stephen will have ultimate props forever. FLD says, on my other YouTube channel, it reached 100 views. Congrats, FLD. FLD says, I'm happy I'm doing the Aeternian show because I've wanted to get a radio show, and this can be the best I got right now. On my other YouTube channel, it reached 100 views. Discussion, Nathan. Future discussion. Gasanova says, AP, if you can't, I can discuss my absence. Gooligan says, the most recent, and Etsy said you sent out the 15 notes. Ooh, did I? It said you sent out 3 packages. So I sent out one of 50 notes. Let me see. So, let me check. I actually sent out 2. So I clicked through and I went and submitted 3 orders. But what it is it was 20 and 30 from the last time I had got some. So that's one thing. I can talk to you about that in a little bit. But for the rest of the stream, I am just trying to show you guys a quick run through of everything we're doing and tell you what's going to be coming in the future. The next biggest thing for us is trying to get this ring out, trying to get the mark of the owl out to you all, because this ring is going to symbolize a special moment in Aeternia, and this is something that I want people to be able to show that they supported this from the beginning, that they were a part of this movement in not just a way that was passive, not just in a way that was in thought, but that they actually took action to help us to grow into the thing that we are becoming now. And I want this for that purpose. I want to be able to wear this ring with pride. I want to be able to see other people wearing this ring with pride and knowing that these were the dedicated few. You know what I mean? And I think that's incredibly important for us. Gooligan said, I must buy the first mark of the owl. That will sell for thousands of Aeternian notes later. Please no one buy it before me. Hey, I appreciate you, Matt. I appreciate it. Gastanova says, yeah, I can voice chat if you want. Oh, absolutely. Steven's going to jump in with us. Hey, let's do it, Steven. Hold up. YouTube stream. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Okay. Invite Steven. Steven, 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 Steven.
You got the video chat up? On the voice chat up?
We're about to, yeah.
Huh?
We're about to, yeah.
Steven.
Hey, multiple people. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Hey, Steven's on here. Let me make sure your audio is coming through. All right, Steven. All right, go ahead.
Am I good?
Let me double check real quick. Can you go ahead and say something?
Oh yeah. Hi. What's up?
Let me turn you up a little bit. Hey, there we go. All right, you should be good.
All right. Am I good now?
I think so. If everybody can hear Steven, let us know. But yeah, I think you're good. You sound good to me, and your audio looks good.
All right. Cool. Cool. I firstly wanted to start by saying what's up, guys. I know I've been gone for a little while. I apologize, and just wanted to let you know I'm back. Kind of feel like I gotta explain myself. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Hello there,
Long.
guys.
Uh, give me
Hey,
give me
man.
just 1 second, real quick. Hold up. Hey, Daniel Maloney, thank you for joining us. Real quick, we have Steven here. Steven's been absent all throughout January. He's like one of the big parts of our government, and we're about to have like a talk with him. So for right now, I
Welcome
just want
back,
to try
Steven.
to, yeah.
Thanks, man.
So for right now, I just want to try and like give him the floor and like have like a radio silence for him. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Go ahead, good sir.
So yeah. In a nutshell, I got pneumonia, and then I got COVID. And then I also have asthma, so my body kind of just gave out. And in order to keep me, breathing, I was put in a hospital, and I was actually put in a medical coma for like 1.5 weeks, like about 10 days. And then yeah, I guess I'm recovering now. So that's why I've been absent, and I wanted to say I'm sorry that I wasn't able to uphold some of my goals, but we did actually hit some of the goals that I did plan, even in my absence. So I think that's really cool of you guys.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate that because um, you by no means like messed anything up. We have been hitting and exceeding the goals that you and I planned, even unofficially, for a lot of the economics and a lot of the way we wanted to move forward. One of the things that we kind of talked about unofficially, which seems like it's going to be more and more possible, is by well, I think Stephen actually brought it up. Um, on by the end of 2021, we wanted to be able to reach $50 a month in total profit from everything that we're doing so that we could start a budget and could actually start to invest in different programs for Eternia and in growing us in specific ways. So that was something that was really cool to see is that we hit over $50 a month in January, despite everything that was going on and despite all the trouble. But now that everything is up and running and going good, we've actually surpassed that goal, and it looks like we may in future months as well. And that's a big thanks to you, Stephen, as well. You were somebody who helped me to get all this way, and that's definitely a noteworthy part of how we got here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, everybody. Uh, Stephen and I are going to be continuing to meet every once in a while here. As Stephen's still, from what I understand, doing a little bit of recovery stuff. So
Yeah, but you
um,
can't get rid of me that easily. I'll be here.
sounds good. Thank you so much, man. Um, yeah. So guys, we are moving. We are trucking along, and it does. It blows me away every time I think of this. It's great, and again, we are so thankful to have Stephen back and doing well. That's incredibly scary. But yeah, Richard Taylor said, "Glad you pulled through COVID. I lost a friend to it last year. Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible what kind of times we're living in right now, and incredibly thankful to have Stephen back." Um, yes, so we're moving forward. We are trying to um, get our government situation more finalized. The um, the biggest issues I think so far were just circumstantial, fortunately, and unfortunately. But um, the good news is that that means in the future we will have less to tweak and more to solidify. There still are some things that we need to tweak, which I think are just learning curves for me personally. But there's a lot going forward that we're going to have the opportunity to make a proving ground, and I'm thrilled about that. Um, yeah, Stephen, is there anything that you wanted to talk about on your end?
Uh, no, I just think it's funny that Gooligan in chat is saying that his plan to get rid of me failed.
Oh dang, yeah, he. We always forget that Matt comes in with the illness. Oh man. Gooligan said now he'll be the richest again. Okay, but anyway, it's great to have you back. It's the most wholesome rivalry. You'll never be
Wholesome.
richer than me, but I'm glad to have you around. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. And I guess if I should leak anything, I guess if my immune system is trying to take me out, I should maybe look for someone to be a right hand man sooner or later. So keep an eye out for that, I guess.
Hey, um, absolutely. But also, we're not letting it happen, Steven. We'll all fist fight COVID. We'll get it.
Well, yeah, I'll be here.
Cool deal.
Dude, that
Um,
ring looks flashy as hell, though.
I appreciate it. It do look fire. I like it. Um, I'm really excited about it. I have some like things that I want to continue leaking. Uh, real quick, uh, Tiffany wanted me to tell Steven. Hello, Steven.
Yo,
He said yo.
Yeah.
She said yo as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Super.
can't hear shit. What's he saying?
She said, yeah, he's trying to act
Yeah.
cool, and then now is drinking a Dr. Pepper. But she was saying, "What's up, Steven?" She was hype. I think she was hype. Yeah, I'm glad you
Okay,
guys.
okay. I'm gonna start a rivalry. Dr. Pepper is honestly overrated.
Steven, you're fracturing our government here. Oh
But
goodness.
middle-aged white people drink it, and
You're
that's all.
you're
No one else
correct.
drinks it.
You're correct. As of right now, according to YouTube channel canon, I haven't named what my drink is that I like. So you know what? It's you could say that. You could make those claims, and I can be internally salty without giving away brand loyalty.
What?
That's fine. I respect your opinion, Stephen, and
What?
I am sorry to
It's
hear
not
that you
opinion, it's
got
fact.
COVID-19.
You
Yeah.
gave
I
me the
said
wrong one.
So
anyway. I'm glad to hear that you're okay, Stephen.
You know what? I guess I am too.
We'll
um,
make it through this. That's a fact.
multiple things. Gooligan Matt, one of our citizens, says, "I want to play Gray in chess. That would be interesting to watch." FLD says, "Yeah, it's epic." Yeah, Save says, "What do you do for a living?" Um, work currently work at a job and go to school, and I do this a little bit. I don't really pay any living expenses with this. I'm currently like in the red in this personally, but we're working at it. We're creating a government. We're doing all this stuff. It's cool. So primarily, I just do normal guy shit. But when I'm not, I'm doing this. Great question. Sorry about that, guys. I know I kind of jumped into a weird segue.
You all good, man?
Someone asked if I was trying to assassinate Steven.
Bro, everyone's just trying to kill me. I don't understand this.
Is
No,
Steven...
I'm not trying to assassinate Steven, if anyone
Ooh.
asks.
Here's a great Aeternia meme. FLD, otherwise known as Nathan, one of our other citizens, said, "Is Steven Aeternia's Alexander Hamilton for creating Aeternia's financial system?" This is a question. Steven, do you consider yourself Aeternia's Alexander Hamilton?
Not yet.
Not yet. Steven's working at it. But he can always be Aeternia's Jack Nicholson, the coolest Joker, hands down. I'm throwing claims. I'm trying
I
it
don't.
out.
You know what? That's a different argument. I'll have to come back to you on that because I don't think I confer, my friend.
Okay, okay. We'll hear the debates. We'll hear the debates in court. This will be real. Not attorney in court, U.S. court. We're going
We're
big
going
guns.
to the federal court.
Yeah. I'll sue you and Jack Nicholson over this.
Didn't he die or something?
Ooh, did he?
I don't know.
Goodness,
I
that'd
kind
be
of
very
assumed.
insensitive if I did. Ooh, if he did die and I said I'd sue him.
We can just drag his skeleton in there.
I was like, we could just sue his family. Horrible. Jack Nicholson. Is Jack Nicholson alive? He's alive. He's 83 years old.
I'll
Awesome.
have to fix that.
He's doing well at 82. No, don't do it, Steven. Steven, you're going to destroy my legal defense. Okay.
Bruh.
But yeah, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about as well is we're trying to get the ring out. Another thing that's kind of, it's top secret, but it's not top secret.
I keep burning myself every time.
Tiffany says she keeps burning herself. Can I help? Is there assistance I can provide? This is why sometimes I do like the camera, the phone live streams. I've just started being able to do them because we hit 1,000 subscribers. Also, by the way, we are at nearly 1,100. We're at 1,085, and I appreciate you guys. We're getting close to 1,100 already. First 2
That's
months
great.
of the year.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And so, one of the things that I wanted to kind of show off to you guys, see if I can get the window capture to pull it up, is it gonna let me? I don't know about it. Okay. Well, what I wanted to do is to release a special thing that we have been working on in the underbelly of Aeternia. We've been trying to develop a system for people to work in. It's very general. I'm trying to give more specifics, but as I do, I'm hoping that I can slowly solve my technical difficulties so as not to look like I'm just stalling for time. We have been creating something, though, to sort of give back. Whenever I was talking about giving back, that was the big point that I was trying to make, is that there is a larger program at work to help both Aeternians and the micronational community at large work and interact a little bit better. Okay, well, it is apparent now that I'm not going to be able to fix my issues. So that will be revealed. It'll be cliffhangered until next stream, I suppose, unless I can get it right while we're hanging out. But yes, guys, just a quick reminder, please go and check out our micronational map on our website. Soon we're going to have the Imperial Market linked to our website, so we will have, of course, our aristocrat board that you can check out. Also, probably in our culture, or even in our, we'll probably do it in our shop, actually. In our shop place, you'll see the thing, a link to our Etsy, and in fact, actually items in our shop that will be links directly to that Etsy. And so as we go through, we are going to continue to develop more and more connection from our website to our social media, to our YouTube, and to you guys. Because we want to make this a big, big hub for micronationalism, and we want everybody to be able to work well together in it. Gray said, happy to hear you're better, Stephen. 100%. Gray as well jumped into the chat. Gray, if you guys don't know, is the master of the House of Others. Excuse me. I'm getting confused. Gray is the master of the House of Others. The House of Others is our it's kind of an amalgamation. It's the mix of sort of internal policy and external policy, talking specifically about trying to deal with subject matter relating to other nations, micronations, as well as our image, our branding, and things like that. That's something that if you don't know too much about yet, you can always check out when we come out with our guide of foundation and principles that will be coming out probably within the next few weeks, our first draft of it. It is basically like a template, a guidebook, a definition book for Aeternia and the way that Aeternia runs and what the thought process behind it is and sort of ideologically how we're developing. It'll be something that we continue to revise and continue to come out with new issues of, but we hope the original contents will remain a part of as much as possible and to kind of add on around that and to revise as needed. Joshua, multiple things. A lot of people came in. Joshua Orkin said, I have a micronation called the Republic of Freeland. Congratulations. You should 100% join our micronational map on our website. Military Dictatorship of Logistan said, greeting. Same things to you. Hans the Heathen said, as long as it... I'm very confused. Oh, Mountain Dew. Got it. You guys are talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. Grace said 14 viewers. We're up to 19 viewers right now. We are going crazy, and I appreciate you guys. We have
That's
19
actually
viewers.
pretty great.
Which one do you want?
We're also having dinner, so this is a controversy. Right?
Yeah, I hear the microwave in the background.
Yeah, we're Tiffany being an absolute wonderful partner, like she is, has made me dinner.
That's good.
Yes.
I actually have a question that I wanted to ask for a burning second.
100%, Daniel. Go ahead.
Is diplomacy important in regards to rather maintaining and creating diplomatic relations with other micronations? I literally asked this question on the Micronations subreddit, and it seems like I'm getting a lot more yeses than nos, which means it's very important.
So just to understand the context of your question a little bit better, you're asking, is that connection between micronations important based around upkeep of your own nation? Is it important for you to do that so that your nation is better or to be more stable? I wasn't fully understanding.
Okay, I should have added a little more context to the question. My question was more along the lines of, is it really beneficial for diplomacy to be used in regards to build your nation and its diplomatic relations and also to help its economy too? Like, is diplomacy the most important tool in at your disposal?
So I suppose it depends on how you're trying to go about micronationalism, right? I think for a lot of people, that's a yes, because a lot of people are trying to actively expand out into a potentially larger micronational community local to them. So, for many people who go to the microcons, for many people who go to, little local convenings around them. I know, for example, Dracul and Psycholia and those people are around each other relative to their micronational area. So I think geographically, yes, if that's the way that you're trying to achieve your goals quickest. But if you live somewhere where there aren't many, if any, micronations, I think that may not be your best bet. If it's something that's new to people around you, if it's something that isn't very popular where you are, you can introduce it to people. There are so many people all over the world who have already gotten interested, at least a little bit, in micronationalism or know what it is, that it's completely reasonable for you to go out and express that to people if that's what you're passionate about, and that people will respond positively. So if you can kind of be the first to introduce micronationalism in your area, I would say do that. But if you are someone who already is in a well-established micronational area, that may be the best way politically to advance, and that may be the best way to get adequate growth for your micronation quickly that you may not have an opportunity for in a more rural micronational community.
Well, at this current moment, my goal is to actually grow the Dan Republic to a much bigger size where, in technical terms, it can actually be self sufficient to a degree. And the only problem is the current land claims that we currently have under our claim is too impossible to get to at this current moment. And not to mention, my main goal is to actually increase the population. Even though I have sent out the citizenship forums, there is one major problem. At least one person that I actually know has filled it out basically has mentioned that they're requesting a ID, like a Dan Republican citizenship ID and certificate. Which the next issue is trying to get my nation's population up to at least a somewhat decent level where I'm able to start making money economically from producing various goods that could easily be sold without any sort of
University.
problems, and therefore turn somewhat of a profit for my nation, and therefore allow us to actually become more and more prominent.
Um, I guess the thing that I'm curious about is you talked about the biggest issue dealing with that being your land claims, saying that your land claims are fairly far away in practical circumstances, and would be hard to populate. Is that accurate?
Yes, it actually is, and the only issue is I really am now having to rethink the amount of the lands that I specifically claimed and the specific territories I claimed as my territory because it's literally just freaking ridiculous to a degree. The Beaver Island archipelago is a much more likely option rather than the other two or three islands that I claimed in the Indian Ocean, including one in like the Atlantic on an island called Northeast K Island.
100%. I think the biggest questions that anybody out there should ask themselves if they are starting a micronation and they're looking for what their land claim is going to be is firstly, um, is it um, owned by someone else or inhabited by someone else? No, actually, that's not the. Well, there's two that are tied for first. Is it inhabited by someone else? If not, is it possible to get to it? Both of those are absolutely crucial. If you can't, in current means, get to where your micronation is at, that is kind of an issue. Then moving forward from that, is it something, if you have both of those checked out, okay, so it's somewhere that I can get to, it's somewhere not too far from me, and it's something that isn't claimed by anybody else, um, which is also hard because contextually, you know what I mean? it depends on how you're trying to go about that, and that's a whole nother video. But the final thing, make sure that it's something that you can control. Um, that's, again, depending, that's circumstantial, that's depending on how serious you are as a micronationalist and what you're trying to do with that land. But ultimately, land should be thought of as a resource in your micronational pursuits. It's something that is a mark of sovereignty, and so that's something that a lot of people race after in micronationalism. That's one of the first things you got to get. You got to get land. So just claim some land. But land is a resource, and if you're legitimately trying to build a community, if you're trying to build a country based around an area, then you have to understand whether or not that is possible in the place and in the way that you're talking about. Because if it's not, then it becomes almost a futile effort to try to develop on that land and to try to do something, uh, essentially have it take up space in your mind. Having this thing that isn't necessarily currently helping you pursue your goal, but um, is a functioning definition of a land claim. Like if you claim Antarctica, right? Nobody, if you can't get to Antarctica without having so much money and support behind your micronation that you could finally get there, why um, why claim Antarctica if it doesn't do you any current good? We've talked about this in one of our other videos. I actually recommend you check out.
I
Just talking
remember
about,
seeing that video. In fact, that's the one thing I am literally sticking to, not claiming Antarctica, because nobody goes there except for the researchers. And I'm pretty sure if penguins were actually, like, let's be honest here, penguins do have their own little form of intelligence. But if they
They
were
want
able to speak just like us, I'm pretty sure that they would have already claimed the land and said, no, you guys have no claim here. Get out of here. That would be exactly what I would think they would do. And more than likely, another question, another question that I ask is, should my nation be a landlocked nation, or should it have some sort of territory that also is along a coastal area, which therefore gives us any sort of advantage in regard to sea and land transportation?
right. Hmm. So I
And then the
guess,
next, oh, sorry, sorry for interrupting you, Emperor AP.
no, you're good. I'm
Uh,
sorry.
and then the next form of question that I have is, if it's a landlocked nation, would railroad would railroad be like the best form of transportation, like railing, like not railing, like rail transportation above road transportation? Then the idea of me having my nation to have a fully equipped air force in regards to that. The only problem with
Daniel,
an entire national air force is it's unrealistic. And I'm sorry if I deviated from the course of
no,
the topic.
you're good. I would suggest making sure that the things that you're doing currently for your micronation, the things that you're focusing on, are things that can get you back um, results. That's why I've talked about economics here for so long. It's just because that's something that's so important when first developing a micronation. And so, if you are thinking of ideas and setting up ideas of, okay, well, I'm going to put my nation there. But right now, it's not like it may or may not be a private property that I can purchase. Like if you're a U.S. citizen, you can purchase U.S. private property, or commercial property, but you have to go about that the right way. You can't go to just another country and purchase land without meeting their requirements. And so when talking about, I'm going to set up railroads and I'm going to do all these things, I would recommend first thinking about how many steps does it take for me from this moment to get there, and what are those steps, and then start talking about those more frequently, those shorter term things that will get to you to that. Because if that's your big goal and that's your big plan, that's fantastic. But then you say, okay, what's halfway between there and here? Just getting the land? Okay. So then what's halfway between getting the land and where I'm at now? and just continue backtracking like that until you have a functional idea of the steps you want to take to try and reach
I
those
agree.
goals.
I agree with you there. The one major problem with whenever it comes down to me planning is I never exactly explain how I may achieve a specific goal, which is exactly why a lot of my planning falls flat. Now, in regards to that, I do have to do a lot of research in regards to actually having actually having rail access and other sorts of goodies, which I'm not even going to say as of right now because it's a bit more complicated to explain since, it's one of those topics that you just cannot literally explain without having to go into too much detail. And if you don't know too much of the details as to like what you're going to do first and then what happens later, then you're kind of screwed.
Absolutely.
So, in my opinion, I need to take it one step at a time and necessarily have a reason for that specific rail infrastructure to exist. And as of right now, there is no land claim and therefore no reason for that said planned railroad infrastructure.
Hey, Daniel. Um, yeah, I wanted to show my support for that and say that I do agree. Uh, that is something that's hard to do, but that is worthwhile. Is to just take that logical thought process and break it down to just what's most important and what's most necessary right then. Real quick, I did want to show off something before we go ahead and start winding down the stream. As our big reveal that I was trying to reveal earlier, and I think I finally got all set up. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this out of here right now. Save to downloads. We'll do it like that. There is a big program that we've been working on that is still actively in the works, but I'm going to show you the most current iteration. Um, we have been working on um, trying to get um, the Empire of Aeternia to develop resources that extend out not only in its internal structure, like our government has been recently, but actually externally into the micronational community to help us as a whole and to find Eternia's spot within that micronational community. So that's one of the things that I have been most excited to show off is that we are starting what we're calling a license of sovereignty. What that's going to be is essentially um, a way for the Empire of Eternia to develop a connection between people who are looking for work and who are skilled laborers, and those of us who are trying to put out um, requests for that sort of work. So we're going to be doing that based off of a quest system. There's going to be a whole lot to learn about how to get one of these sovereignty licenses, which is actually what I was trying to show you. I have it pulled up here, but I need to share it and somehow get it online for you guys. I have a great idea for how to do that actually. But the big point in developing that is just to say that um, the um, the setup to what we're doing is going to be um, in this quest system, where this quest system takes um, different micronations who are looking for different types of work, and they're able to find these people who have these sovereignty licenses, who have proven that they're skilled in some specific skill set, and then to take that and to use it to develop a quest, and to say, hey, our micronation knows we need XYZ thing done. We don't have somebody who can do XYZ thing as a citizen, so let's look in this large community of people who are skilled at a specific thing and that we know are skilled at that thing, and let's see if we can find someone who wants to do this for some specific reward, whether that be citizenship in their country, whether that be some monetary compensation, whether that be receipt of an item. That is all up to the quest and how you go about it. But this will allow people within the micronational community to have a place to go for a standard. This will allow both micronations and micronationals alike to feel like they have a place where they can get good and accurate information about who's in the community and what they're doing. And so right here, real quick, this is kind of what I wanted to show off, this license of sovereignty. Let's see if it's showing up properly behind me. Yep, okay, so move it over. Here we go. This example is with Gray Mare, who is our current master for the House of Others. And so he has his name up here, as you can see, a picture of him, his status as a sovereign, either a sovereign or a citizen or whatever. I'm going to edit that, but the status as of right now is either sovereign or not sovereign. So if you can purchase an ID and go ahead and get started on that before you actually get your sovereignty, but you won't, your actual status won't be updated to sovereign until you complete certain requirements of that. Then you'll have your citizenship to a micronation or a macronation if you decide to determine one. Your station within that micronation or macronation, your age, and then the date issued. So station would be, if you have a specific profession you work at where you do this, or if you are a government official or something like that. Then it has your skills down here. These will show basically there will be a list that explains all these different types of skills and how you can effectively level these up by proving that you are capable of completing such and such a task that is warranted of a higher level for that. We're going to have your years licensed, and then the number of levels that you have for different skills you have and have proven will be compiled into a skill score. And then as well, your reputation, how much you're liked, how many jobs you've done, things like that will go into your reputation. So then you'll have a combined score, and we'll have a website where people can go and find these people who are licensed sovereigns, and we'll have their scores displayed for the potential for application for a quest. And those things
That
will...
sounds pretty cool.
Thank you. Those things will all be connected for that purpose.
I do apologize for the fact that I abruptly left and then rejoined. My mic was not working, and neither was the speaker on my phone. So I decided just to leave, pretty much close up the Discord app in order to fix the entire issue. Something that I had to seriously rectify, and I am sorry if I didn't hear anything that you said right before I left, because that was when my mic went silent. Rather, it wasn't muted, but rather my speaker went silent and I couldn't really hear you.
Fantastic. That's all right. I completely understand. We are just continuing through this, and that's going to be kind of where we start to wrap up for tonight. This is going to be something that comes out soon, along with a video about these guys, a more official video. But I'm probably going to drop these on the next couple days on our website. So if you want to check them out on the Imperial Market on Etsy, that's where I'd recommend going first for the first ones. This one is probably going to be given away or sold as well, which will be my original ring, the Mark of the Owl ring. I will get a new one eventually and start wearing that, but this will be the OG original one. As well, I think the next biggest thing for us is trying to get out that Guide of Foundation and Principles, just to teach everybody a little bit more about our culture. We'll have that updated on our website, and then, as always, trying to move forward with getting our land purchased. And developing more things for the micronational community, such as our new plan for the sovereignty system. So if you're interested in becoming a sovereign, we will very soon have forms out that you can fill out. We will start getting everything set up for the website to document all these people and how this is going. more information out soon. But I'm sorry, does anybody else have anything to say before we start to wind down?
I do.
Okay.
Well, I also asked like a question on the MicroWiki subreddit, rather the Micronations wiki subreddit to be exact, and it was more or less on this one post where there was like questions and rather asking for assistance and such, and I asked that I need help growing my nation's population, and I was recommended to start with people in my neighborhood, rather my friends and some people in my family. I know very darn well that my friends are going to be able to join up. They might join up pretty quickly, rather the ones in my neighborhood that I know very well. And not to mention, more likely, since the Dan Republic is relatively new and uses a whole idea of diplomacy first and it doesn't exactly use military action unless it's a last resort kind of situation. That's something that's important. Another thing that I'm also going to have to mention is that as of now, the Dan Republic has no current standing military, so therefore we're heavily dependent on diplomacy to solve most of our issues.
Absolutely. Well, I would 100% recommend that you do start to look for citizens initially in your local area. Those are going to be the people who are most dependable for you to, have regular things with. Those are going to be people who you probably already know and care about. Uh, those are going to be people who you can make a friendship with and be really, really consistent about working together and really make an integral part of your relationship with that person. Getting citizens over the internet is obviously a great way to do it as well. That's something that this channel has proven is capable and possible. But um, the the bigger point to that is that people being in person will always be a very strong way to go. So I would recommend that first, and I think that's a standard across micronationalism.
About the internet type of citizenship recruitment and such, or rather citizenship gathering, or growing the number of citizens. Well, I haven't been successful in that regards, but however, if you call 6 applicants anywhere near as a success, then that's pretty much something that you could easily say is pretty much a good accomplishment for a small micronation.
Absolutely. I would just say to continue to pursue that, and as well to remember that for a long time, when I was doing this micronation and its development, even on YouTube, citizenship applications have only like just started really coming in consistently. It's just something that, depending on what you're looking for in a person, can be a hard thing to find. And if you're going about the resource of the internet to do that, the more well-known your micronation, obviously, and the more um, unique your micronation, the more likely you will have success in that. But by far, easiest method, get people that you know and love to help you with it.
I agree. And also, not to mention, there is one thing that I could just as easily say that in regards to how I see things, I believe that really possibly recruiting or rather gathering like more citizens in regards to like increasing the number of citizens I have in my nation's population, increasing the population of the Dan Republic would be better off done in person and not exactly on the internet, and better done in my local area first, since I know that there are like, let's just be honest here. Right when the Dan Republic was a month old and was about to turn 2 months old, it turns out I got a lot of interest from the people in my neighborhood, rather a lot of congratulations type of thing here and there. Like rather the answer was congratulations and all that kind of stuff, or rather all those types of goodies rather. I meant to say goodies. My apology.
No, you're fine. I completely understand. I think for a long time that is kind of the struggle of micronationalists is just to slowly develop what it is you're trying to do and to get other people, I think, to recognize and to understand what you're doing is just tough because there's, there's a language barrier kind of in everything everyone does. Trying to explain to someone, even of your own actual language, what um, what you are trying to do and why you're passionate about a certain thing can be hard. So that's something that you'll face probably throughout your life in a lot of different ways, but it is absolutely something that underpins micronationalism is, looking at someone who's trying to start an entire country and reasonably being unsure about that or confused about that. I think it's something that's our proving ground, and it's something that's wonderful to be able to show to people and to educate people and to be able to show that you're doing this for a purpose and to show how passionate you are about it. There's nothing else like seeing somebody who starts to understand what you're doing and to see the excitement in that. With that, though, I do think we are going to start wrapping up. I have a couple more things to say before we actually say goodbye, and then I'm going to shut it down. Steven, is Steven on here anymore? Let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm
Steven, you
here.
in here? Hey, okay. Is there anything you wanted to say, Steven?
Thank you guys for bearing with me, and we got great things happening for us in the future, so just stay tuned.
Absolutely. Absolutely, guys.
Also, guys, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for post notifications. Thank you very much, guys, for watching.
100%. Thank you guys very much. I am very glad to have you all subscribing. What's that?
You hit up your Patreon.
Oh, yes. Actually, that's just important. Tiffany's 100% right. She's keeping me on track. We have to thank our patrons. So, Steven, of course, top tier patron right now. Top patron. Um, we have as well Matt. Matt is one of our citizens who has paid his citizenship through our citizenship tax. He is one of our patrons as well. And as well to Richard. Richard Taylor is someone who has also paid their citizenship through our citizenship tax on our Patreon. Those are all three patrons for the Empire of Aeternia and people who every month show that they believe in what we're doing and help us move forward. So those people are 100% deserving of the Mark of the Owl, and that's something that we're going to be talking about a lot in the future. So I just want to thank everybody who supported us. I want to thank you, of course, for watching. And I just want to say I'm excited for where we're going. I say that all the time, in fact, but I think every time it becomes more and more true that there is this momentum building, that there is this air about micronationalism that I think is becoming more and more exciting for people, and I think there's going to be a lot of good done with it. So, thank you all very much. I am so glad to be here with you all, and I will talk to you soon. Hopefully, more content coming up soon. Look out for these, of course, and I will see you guys soon. Peace, everybody.
Good night, y'all.